Ever get that feeling like you're walking into, one of those workshops, like where everyone's kind of buzzing about the same thing?
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Well, that's kind of the energy we're going for today. We're
Oh,
diving into this English learning podcast I found.
oh, cool.
It's really popular.
hmm
And they're all about, mastering conversation skills.
Yeah. So like what are some of their tips?
So first up,
Okay.
and this is something we've all heard before, but I kind of like how they frame it.
Okay.
It's the power of everyday phrases,
hmm
right? Like ditching the basic hello
Yeah.
and instead just going for a, hey, how's it going?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's such a good tip, and it's something that I've noticed even in like learning other languages,
Oh, yeah.
that like just that little shift
Mm-hmm.
from just a very formal hello to something that's a little bit more engaging makes you sound so much more natural.
Right.
And it really invites a response from the other person.
Yeah, it shows that you're actually interested,
Exactly.
not just saying words.
Yeah, you're not just saying words, you're actually trying to connect with them.
Yeah.
Like, how would you feel if someone greeted you with like a really warm, hey, how are you doing? Versus just like a, hi.
Totally. Yeah, you feel more seen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to admit,
Okay.
their next tip I was a little skeptical about.
Okay.
Filler words.
Oh, filler words like, and,
Yeah, like well or let me think. I always feel like those make me sound less confident,
I understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
But I think the way that they explained it in the podcast made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Which is that everyone has those moments where they need like a microsecond
Yeah,
to like think about what they're going to say next.
totally.
And instead of just having this awkward silence,
Uh,
these filler words can actually just smooth over the bumps
yeah,
and give you that time to formulate your thoughts.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing they talked about, which I thought was really interesting,
Okay.
was role play.
Oh, role play. Okay.
Now, at first I was like, oh, this is cheesy.
Yeah, yeah.
But they actually walk through a whole scenario
Okay.
where they pretend to meet each other for the first time.
Okay. Interesting.
And I thought, okay, well, this could be helpful.
Yeah.
Because how often are you actually going to meet someone for the first time and have to make small talk?
Right.
But what's really cool is that they break down the questions
Okay.
that you can ask in those situations.
Right. Like what kind of question?
Well, for example,
Yeah.
what brings you here?
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so simple,
Mm-hmm.
but it can open up a whole conversation.
It can. And I think the key there is to actually be interested in the answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Not just ask the question to be polite,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
but actually want to know what brought that person there.
Mm-hmm. And then use that as a springboard for further conversation.
Right. Exactly. And they also talked about follow-up questions,
Oh, that's a good point.
like asking about someone's weekend plans.
Right. Right.
Just things that show you're engaged in the conversation.
Yeah. Little details.
Yeah.
Little details that can really make a difference.
Okay. Now their last tip.
Okay.
I think a lot of people might be afraid to try it.
What is it?
It's recording yourself speaking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah.
But who wants to hear their own voice, right?
It can be a little cringy, but I
Yeah.
think the way they presented it was it's like holding up a mirror to your speech patterns.
Right.
You might catch things that you wouldn't otherwise notice.
Like what?
Like maybe you have a certain pronunciation quirk
Oh, yeah.
or your intonation is a little off.
Yeah.
And by hearing yourself, you can kind of pinpoint those areas
And work on them.
and work on them. Exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting for this is that mastering conversation is more than just knowing the words.
Yeah.
It's about connection, confidence,
Absolutely.
and constantly refining your skill.
I love that. Yeah, I think that's a really good summary.
So tell me,
Okay.
what's one small change you're going to make today to boost your English conversation skills?
Well, you know what? I'm going to take their advice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to record myself today,
Nice.
just a little bit,
Yeah.
and just see if I can catch any of those little quirks that I might not be aware of.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think I might do the same.
Yeah. It's a fun little experiment.
It is.
And you know what? Even if you don't like what you hear,
Yeah.
at least it's information.
Right. You can learn from it.
You can learn from it. Exactly.
It's all part of the process.
Exactly.
Cool.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
You too. Thanks for having me.
Until next time.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.